Welcome back into another NBA DFS prize picks video. Going to be touching on the top picks for today. All right, so looking at the board for today, we have two games today. We got the Knicks versus Miami, and then also the Warriors versus the Lakers. Now, to me, these are going to be the two games thus far in this playoff round that, to me, are the hardest to predict. And that's just because there have been, in terms of Vegas as well, random blowouts. And so today, again, they're not expected to be blowouts. We got 4.5 in the Knicks-Miami game. And then we also have 3-point spread for Warriors versus Lakers. We can see, though, the game total, which game is going to be the one that we probably want to attack the most just due to game total. That's going to be looking at the Golden State versus Lakers game. Just more points, easier to predict. But let's go ahead and start out with the Knicks versus Miami game. So what do we do with Gabe Vincent today? Because in the last game, he was someone that Vegas thought was going to have a really good game. And if you look at like the per 36 production with Tyler Hero and also Victor Oladipo out, it did correlate pretty well. Now, the issue with him was that he just had a terrible day shooting, and also the game was a blowout. So those minutes that he had been getting just were not there. Also had 4 personal fouls, just had himself a terrible game. And that is part of the issue with players like Gabe Vincent, where they've been playing much better than the actual player that they are in terms of production. At the same time, I do think we could potentially be getting a good spot for maybe points, rebounds, and assists again tonight. It is set at 18.5, okay? Didn't have any rebounds, had a lack of assists, and he shot 1 for 8. Obviously, we need him to shoot the basketball better. I think I'd be fine going back to the well with it. But with the Heat, it's really, I feel like they are all going to be props in which we would be making, prop bets that we'd be making if we are trying to do some sort of game stack. If you guys are someone that doesn't play on PrizePicks, this would be something that I think we could throw into a parlay. Now, there is one player that I actually think is going to be very good. So shout out to, we had 2 comments in the video on Saturday where I was like, all right, what are we doing with Josh Hart? Because it's kind of clear that we need to be on him. And I believe it was rebounds and assists everyone called out. It really didn't matter because he just had himself a good game. I kind of feel like Josh Hart is the correct option again tonight. And I will say a lot of that is going to be due to quickly being listed as doubtful. Okay, that's 29, 27 minutes. That's basically like 20 minutes available now. And so who's it going to go to? Well, probably a little bit of RJ Barrett. He might get 2 extra minutes. Jalen Brunson's already playing a lot, not going to be him. Julius Randle playing a lot, not going to be him. Quentin Grimes is one of them. Maybe Mitchell Robinson gets a little bit more run. I doubt it. It's probably going to be Josh Hart. And so in the playoffs, minutes are kind of a big thing. Like yesterday with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant and Jamal Murray, why were those 3 props that I really liked and why were they able to hit? Well, they just play a ton of minutes right now. And so that is something that's encouraging to me. And so we look at Josh Hart's game log, we can see 38 minutes, 32, we want more than that, 43, 47, and 40. Okay, so with quickly out, I think there's a higher likelihood that we are going to get more minutes. Thus, if we get more minutes, there should be room for more production. We can see his points per game is 10. He's been getting a little bit over that lately. Rebounds per game is about 8. And so if he gets more minutes, I don't mind the over rebounds there as well. It's kind of another situation in which I think we want to be attacking Josh Hart in some capacity, just maybe trying to figure out where we do that. Maybe it's points, maybe it's just rebounds. I typically like to do points, rebounds, and assists, but like yesterday where I was like, okay, these point, rebounds, and assist props are good. I'd rather go fantasy score if we get that available or when we get that available. That's going to be the same case with Josh Hart today. And then for what it's worth, like Jalen Brunson continues to put up consistent numbers. And once again, guys, like he just did not have a good shooting night. And it's weird to say he only played 38 minutes, but he only played 38 minutes. And I say that because 39, 40, 42, 43, the game was a blowout. So he didn't end up playing that little extra minute or 2. If he gets that, he probably gets at least a push or over his points, rebounds, and assists. But because he's not turned the ball over that much, just really one bad game, I do like the idea of going with fantasy score again for this. It's been at about 38.5, 39. If it's anything more than that, probably not touching that. But if it's right there, I'd probably bet the over there as well. And I do find it kind of weird that the game that Julius Randle had, I do expect him to have a better game. Whether you want to chase that or not, I don't really know. And then Kevin Love rebounds, that's okay. But those are all going to be props in which I'd probably use in a game stack, except for Josh Hart. I kind of like Josh Hart prop today. Apologize for the Gabe Vincent text. I didn't realize I was up there this whole time. Let's go ahead and switch up and get into the Lakers versus Warriors. So once again, with this game being a higher scoring game, it's probably going to be the game that we do want to attack. And if you guys have been watching my previews for this game, they have kind of went as expected lately, where LeBron James is just not scoring the basketball too well. And he has shot the ball pretty well the last 2 games, only 21 points. And so now his prop line, 4 points, strangely enough, is set at 26.5. Now, sure, eventually he's going to have a big explosion game, but 26.5 seems really high for his lack of production. 1, shot attempts, and he's just not been shooting the basketball well. It's one of those situations where if you've been betting the under here, I'd be fine continuing to bet the under there. And then once again, if you guys are betting that under, then you're probably going to bet the over for maybe potentially Anthony Davis. Okay, I don't mind that idea. Probably want to do fantasy score with AD, but you'd be doing it with D'Angelo Russell. The only problem with Russell is he hasn't been getting too many rebounds, but the assists have kind of been there as well. And he is someone, fantasy score-wise, it is more difficult. 5 turnovers, that's fine. 1 turnover, 3 turnovers, 1 turnover. Like, the turnovers could be there. That could be an issue. And he's only getting about 1 steal. And also, it's just minutes aren't that high. But in terms of maybe trying to do a game stack, you could run that out. Now, once again, with this game being higher scoring and kind of the Warriors getting blown out last game, I don't mind the idea of maybe just betting on the Warriors to go out and dominate tonight. The issue with that is that happened 2 games ago, and really the production was spread out for the Warriors player. Now, you could go Green over, you could do Clay over, could do Wiggins over. Like, the issue that I've had with the Warriors, especially with Looney not starting, is the fact that they just spread out their production. And with that, it is more difficult to predict. So for me, I'm probably, as it sits right now, staying away from the Warriors as well. So let's go ahead and pull up the 9to5 cheat sheet and see which props are going to be the best props today. So just looking at the NBA board right now, Jordan Poole potential for over 1.53s. I don't mind that. Projected to get 2.6. Favored at minus 134. That's a fine prop. Any props where we're seeing discrepancies? Not too much for the most part. Okay. Vegas is kind of thinking that maybe Jordan Poole has a better game today. That's pretty much it. Let's go and get into the specific PrizePicks cheat sheet. Just looking at the overall best props that we're getting. And guys, Kyle Freeland for baseball, I don't mind this one, okay? I like chasing pitching props. Projected to get 4, line is set at minus 136, has about a 54% chance to hit. I'll take that. That might be a situation in which I pair it with, we got Josh Hart, rebounds and assists again. That's a prop that has about a 53% chance to hit. So if you guys don't like the points, rebounds, and assist prop with Josh Hart, you could just do rebounds and assists here because, well, that is one that's popping up. And we can see we have a decent amount of okay prop bets. Like, I typically will go with, I want 54. I'll typically go with a prop that has a 53% chance that if it's one that I like. So those are all ones you could potentially do. No under bets. All right, so let's just check where the prop line difference is greatest on PrizePicks and Underdog. And look at this. We are getting some that are different here. Kind of crazy. So we are wow, on Underdog, probably something you want to do. So 31.5 for Julius Randle, points and rebounds. And that is slightly favored there. That might be a prop that you want to make there. Okay, we got another one. This is basically a push for points, rebounds, and assists, but that's at 36.5, projected to get 37. So that'd be a much better bet on Underdog there for Julius Randle. And then RJ Barrett as well, points and rebounds. So Underdog is undervaluing, it seems like, for at least those 3 players. And then just real quickly looking at Underdog, yeah, we're getting some more favorable bets, but we can see like some of these are going to be where the unders are not as favored. So we only get one bet that is a 54% chance to hit, and that's going to be RJ Barrett over 0.5 steals. So 1 steal. And then so I will just toss in that pitching prop, project to get 4. I'm fine just including that. Obviously about a 54% chance to hit. We'll take that. And then kind of my 2 favorite ones on the day. Obviously I like Josh Hart. Maybe you could just do these 2. I do expect D'Angelo Russell to continue to have a good game. And that's kind of why I'm chasing that as well. But that's going to be all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. If you did, make sure to give a like and subscribe. Let's have a good slate, everyone. And as always, let's keep cashing.